Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Steve Potter. I'm the guy bringing you this tutorial and this set of tutorials and this whole library, hopefully, of tutorials. I am the erstwhile expert in Adobe Illustrator, and I say erstwhile because after I got my certification back in Adobe Illustrator CS2, I let it lapse. Now, Adobe makes you continue to recertify every time a new version of the software comes out, and I have not done that because that test is just too hard. But they do allow me to call myself a legacy expert. I prefer the term erstwhile expert. You can take your pick. But I'm going to ask you, ladies and gentlemen, for a big favor. And that's, if you have a website, please link to me, either to my homepage, rocketbanner.com, or to somewhere in the blog area. And you can say anything you want in the anchor text, but if you use the term sign or banner, that'll help give me a little bit of notoriety in the industry, and it'll help me continue to not only feed my family and take plush vacations, but also to continue to produce these videos, which I really enjoy doing, and I hope you get something out of as well. Thank you. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Steve Potter, Adobe Certified Expert, owner of the Rocket Banner Company, and your guide in this tutorial of advanced Adobe Illustrator techniques. Now, these tutorials were produced originally for the benefit of the employees of the Rocket Banner Company, but we've since made them available to the general public, and anyone who feels they can benefit from them are free to use them. All the examples here are geared toward the sign industry specifically. This first set of tutorials is a demonstration of a banner design employing advanced techniques such as blend modes, opacity masks, clipping masks, use of the appearance palette, live effects, proper workflow, and a whole host of design tricks that are sure to impress your boss and maybe give you that little bit of leverage when you walk in and ask for a raise. Now, that said, let's get started and welcome aboard. Okay, to start this banner, let's first create a new document and set the artboard dimensions to the size of the banner. Pretty obvious, right? Let's call it a 4x10 banner. And as you can see, I already have 120 inches by 48 inches. Set your unit of measure to inches. And color mode, check with your printer manufacturer, but most likely it's going to be RGB. Most digital printers these days using modern RIP software prefers the RGB color space. Set your raster effects to whatever you want. I almost always use 150 pixels per inch when I'm designing signs. And then click on OK. And there's your 4-foot by 10-foot banner. Now, that said, what we always do here at the Rocket Banner Company is to use pre-made templates. And I'll show them to you here. These are our most common sizes, and so we just open up a template and use that. That presets everything for you, including your color palettes, the size, of course, your color space you want to work in, any preferences that you have set up, so on and so forth. So templates are a real good way to work, and we're going to open a 4x10 template in the very next lesson and get started with this design. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and start. Begin. Blah, blah, blah. Cut. And action. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's start designing a banner. First thing I want to do, though, is close out this document that we just started and open one using our templates. So, new from template, 4x10. Assign it the Adobe RGB 1998 working space. Now, normally what I do when I open a new file up, just to avoid confusion, is I turn the comments layer off while I'm drawing things. All right, so with that done, what I want to do is to make a yellow banner with a 1.5 inch inset border. And to do that, let me show you. Get you the rectangle tool, make sure smart guides are turned on, and the keyboard shortcut for that is Control U. Toggles it on and off with Control U. That makes it easy to grab a corner. So click and drag to the opposite corner. And to verify that you have a 48 inch by 120 inch rectangle here, go to the Transform palette and you can see, yes, that is what we just drew. All right, let's close that. Let's make the background color yellow. Let's make the stroke black. Now this is a special rich black that we made for the Rocket Banner Company. It prints real nice on our machine. That's another good reason to use our template. Now, let's make the stroke 1.5 inches. Type in 1.5 IN, hit enter. Now what we have here is a 1.5 inch stroke that is stroked on the middle of the path. Unfortunately, half of that stroke now lies outside of the artboard. So this half of that stroke is not going to print, but we can easily fix that in Adobe Illustrator CS3 by stroking only the inside of the path. And that's this button right here. So let's do that. That fixes that problem. Now hit Control 0. It's a keyboard shortcut to put the entire artboard on the drawing area. So now we can see the whole thing. Now we're going to inset that path or stroke. In this case, we're going to inset the stroke, ladies and gentlemen. There's a little play on words here because, well, let me show you. Go to the Appearance palette. I have mine set up to be over here. You may have to go to the window menu and call it up. But anyway, go to the Appearance palette and then select this stroke. Okay? And then go to the Effects menu, go to Path, go to Offset Path, and type in -1 IN for inch. Now let's preview that. Now what it's going to do is not actually offset the path, but offset the stroke, because we have stroke highlighted here in the Appearance palette. Let's preview it. There you go. Perfect. An offset stroke, offset from the path, 1 inch. Click on OK. Close that palette down. And there we have the beginning basis for a nice banner. We'll continue with the next lesson. Just click on it.